Om Swastiastu. Good afternoon, Mr. Santi. So today I would like to presenting material about the direct and indirect speech. Next slide. So here's the topic that I would presenting about the topic of report speech. First is the report clause and verb. Second is the report clause, and the third is the tenses, pronoun, and adverb wise. So here's the definition about the what is the direct and indirect speech. Direct speech is used to report or rather repeat the words spoken by the speaker or writer in the that way is told by the speaker. And also the indirect speech is the way to which you convey that someone said to another person, not necessarily using the extra word of the speaker. And the first topic is the reporting clause. So the reporting clause is the clause which indicate that you are talking about what someone said or thought. For example, is the she said that she was hungry. She said that she was hungry. For example, it is that she said is the reporting clause. Reporting clause include the pronoun or proper noun, like someone names, as well said, or synonym for said. The reporting clause can be replaced before or after rest of the sentence. It makes sense. It makes sense both away. Sometimes, next slide. Sometimes the report clause is placed in the middle of direct speech too. Here's the example. The first is I could not sleep. He said I was excited. And he said is in the middle of the sentence. Second is the I lost my necklace. She covers confused. I'm looking for it. The waffles are delicious. They made. Can I have some more? 4 is the I'm scared. Fiona post. Did you hear that? 5 is the you need to clear your room. That warning, or you cannot play your game. Next slide. And the second is the reporting verb. Reporting verb is the direct speech report. Usually has a report verb in the past simple. The most common report verb is said. The report clause is my come first or second. For example, is the he promised to come to my party. In this example, report space changed to the original verb to would, as well changing the positive pronoun your to my. In contrast to the verb promise is simple followed by infinitive. Next slide. And here's the type of reporting verb. There is 3 type of reporting verb. First is the reporting verb plus infinitive. And the second is reporting verb plus inform, sorry. And the third is the reporting verb with the we, where, who, what, and etc. and if clause. And for the first is the reporting verb plus infinitive. Verb like advise, agree, challenge, claim, decide, demand, encourage, invite, offer, persuade, promise, refuse, and remind can follow an infinitive pattern. For example, let's see. For the first example is let's see. I have the risotto, please. Is mean that he decided to have 2 risotto. And the second is I will do the report by every day for sure. It means that it mean that I do the report by Friday for sure. And is another is the number 3 is a good idea to write your password down. It is the mean is they advise us to not to write our password down. And then number 4 is please wait for me in the reception. The mean of the indirect speech in this sentence is the guy told us to wait her in the reception. And the last is don't go in there. So indirect speech is the police officer warned us not to go in there. Next slide. Reporting verb plus inform. Verb like admit, apologize for, complain about, deny, insist on, mention, and suggest can follow as inform pattern. First, for the first direct speech is the I broke the window. So for the indirect speech is the she admit that breaking the window. And the second direct speech is the let's take a break. Is that mean of indirect speech is that she suggests taking a break. Next slide. Reporting verb with WH and if it close. Some report verb introduced with ahwe, close, or an if close. For example, she explained what we to do. I don't know where we to go. And another example is he asked if I was ready. I wonder if they not at home. And some verbs have the pattern noun plus verb plus WH word and plus clause, or can be noun, verb plus if plus clause. With the some verb, we can mention that here as the object of the verb. For example, he told me what I to do. He asked them if they were ready. Those verb has the pattern. For example, noun, the pattern is noun, verb, noun, plus WH word, plus clause, or noun, verb, plus verb, plus noun, plus if, and clause. Next slide. And this is the reporting clause. Reporting clause is the clause which show that you are talking about the someone has said or thought. For example, is the she said she was going out. For the reporting clause, is it that she said. Next. And this is the reporting clause example. Direct speech is the I have to go now, she said. Indirect speech is the mom told me to clean my room first. He said I'm having pizza for dinner tonight. I know it was secret because she whispered it to me. I'm coming, Nina shout. They invite me to the party. Next slide. Okay, for the tenses definition, according to the Oxford Learner Dictionary, tenses is the any of the form or a verb of that might be used to show the time of the action or state expression by the verb. How important is we can know about tenses? Tenses are often considered to be backbone and the most fundamental element of the English language. Without tenses, everything seems to be absurd. Tenses help you describe action to take place at different times. It gives you clarity to your content and the information you're trying to convey. It also allows you build complex sentence structure. So if you want to be able to convey information clearly and promptly, you should know all the 12 tenses and how are are used are used. Next slide. And this is the different sentence in English. In English grammar, there are 3 tenses, and they are each further classified into the 4 different forms with sum of 12 tenses in total. The 3 tenses, the 3 main sentences in English, it is the first is present tense, the second is past tense, third is the future tense. And for the 4 different form is the first is the simple form, second is continuous tense form, third is the a perfect tense form, and the number 4 is the perfect continuous tense form. And the 12 tenses in English, it is the first is simple present tense, second is present continuous tense, third is the present perfect tense, four is the present perfect continuous tense, five is the simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and then future perfect continuous. And this is the what is the pronoun. Pronoun is a word that used to instead of the noun or noun phrase. Pronouns refer to either or noun that has already been mentioned or to a noun that does not to be named specifically. The most common noun pronoun are the plural pronoun, which is to refer to the person or people speaking or writing, or the first person. The person or people being spoken to the second person, or another people or things for the third person. Like noun like nouns, personal pronoun can be function as either the object of the verb, the object of the preposition. For example, she likes him, but he loves her. Next slide. And this is the type of pronoun. First is the interrogative pronoun, particularly for what, which, whom, and whose. Introduce a question for which is a noun of the answer, as in, for example, which you do you prefer? And the second is possessive pronoun, refers to things or people that belong to someone. The main possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, it, ours, and theirs. Next slide. The four demonstrate pronoun is the this, that, this, and those. This gives the person or thing being referred to the from people or things. They are identical to the demonstrative adjective. Relative pronoun introduce a subordinating clause, a part of a sentence that includes a subject and a verb, but does not form a sentence by itself. The main relative pronoun are that, which, who, whom, what, and whose. Relative pronoun refer to the subject of the sentence or clause are formed by adding self or self to the personal pronoun or possessive adjective, as in myself, herself, ourself, and itself. And the last is the indefined pronoun, such as everybody, either, nor, or someone. Do not refer to the specific person or thing, or typically refers to difficult or unfamiliar person or thing. And this is for the adverb suites. Adverb suites. Adverb in English. Adverb is a part of speech. Adverb is describe a verb, another adverb, or an adjective. Adverb answer how, where, when, how much, often, and etc. And this is the table for the how much, where, how often, and when. You can see and read to the slide. Alright, that's all for my presentation about the direct and indirect speech. I hope you understand of my material. I hope uh, I do apologize if I have some mistake. Thank you for watching and see you. I close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om. Dah.